Hello guys, it's Rosa Heart. And nothing is in my heart this time. Nothing. What are we supposed to love? That door? Huh? Sadness. We can't love anything. Dora made a choice to protect you, Rose. Just like Jack made his choice to protect Jill. The only thing we can do now is make sure their suffering wasn't in vain. Here. Walson gently pushes the mug towards me. If there's one thing Dora taught us, is that hot chocolate makes almost everything better. Alright now, everyone. Starting today, if you're upset, have hot chocolate. And if it doesn't make you feel better, blame Watson for it. Because it was Watson's words that said hot chocolate makes almost everything better. Watson. I stare at the mug and remember the last time I had hot chocolate with DeLorean. I would never have thought that the drink I shared with her so many times ago would be the last. I bit my lip and keeping myself from crying. So what do we do now? The plan hasn't changed. We still have to stop Hearn and save the king. But the how is the question. Watson's voice is quiet. Lady Peripheral? Does he know what Peripheral's plans to do? You know as well as I do that they only one way, Watson. No! Peripheral quickly explains what she's told me about destroying the Lun to destroy the Tarot. But if we do so by destroying the Lun, you will die. I refuse to let that happen, Lady Peripheral. Dora shone her life to have Princess Rose bring back the Neverland. And now you tell us that was useless and there is no other way? If any of you have an announcement, please tell us. I don't want to lose any more of you over my mistakes, but we can't lose you either. I didn't mean to hit that. I have a suggestion. Let me get this straight. Lady is going to act as Baron to lure Hen out of the palace to the gates. And the rest of us will help direct her long enough so that you can get to your father. Once our king is safe at the Martian, Mother cannot use him as a bribing chip anymore. After that, we will have nothing left to lose. We will be able to go all against Mother. The efforts we spend in bringing back Neverland will not go wasted, Watson. We'll use his magic to give us the upper hand. Though, to be honest, I would still like to try and reason with her one last time. Princess, Heron cannot be. I can't accept that your death is the only thing that will achieve our goal in stopping Mother. You told me before that Mother was a kind person. If I could somehow reach out to who she used to be, that perhaps it is possible that we could end this without any bloodshed. Everyone turns silent, their face grams. I know it's not the best in current plan, but please let me try. I want to hope that the person my mother used to be is still there. This is my fault as well. I need to do something. The least I could do is save Father and stop Mother without Peripheral needing to sacrifice her. It will be dangerous, but I beg all of you, please help me. I want to believe that your old friend is still there as well. Let's do this. Thank you, Perifio. We made it to chapter 10. I wonder if we're still on the right path. Though I have tried my best to warn him that I need everyone outside their mother, Walson insists on coming with me instead. Walson really should be helping everyone distract Mother, though I admit that I'm grateful he's here with me. He's not in the throne room. Where are we looking for the king next? The throne room. What? Wait, what? He's not in his room. I read that wrong. He should be there. He always in the throne room whenever Mother left the palace. Looks like he isn't here either. Is there anything else he could be? If I was Mother, I have left the palace to deal with enemies and had to keep something I wanted safe. I would keep it in the secret chamber somehow where no one would suspect, and that would be the tunnels. Let's go. We're almost there. Thankful the door to the throne chamber comes into view as we turn the last corner. I push the door and look inside. The king sits on the chair, his eyes drained of any emotion. He's here. Is this what he's been like? Ever since Mother returned. His eyes are so empty. Do you know how to break the enchantment on him? Olsen leans forward and inspects the king's face. This is a high level of magic cast by Lady Perfil herself. This is not something I can break. Unfortunately, it is something that the king will have to break out on his own. Would you look at what the cat dragon? Fag. I look closely at Fag and notice his hun and men are gone, replaced with something that looks meditative. He looks like he's in pain. You shouldn't have come here. He stares at us blankly. Also moves to stand in front of me, breaking me from Fag and the king. If I had it my way, I wouldn't hurt her. But that's not how things work. What are you talking about? Fag turns his glance on me and does not look away as he speaks. I am the big bad wolf. I am made to deliver Little Red Riding Hood here, not fall for her. Fag loves me. Fag laughs, but it's dry, almost humorous. You look surprised. It is really so hard to believe that I have to love someone. Wilson's voice is quiet when he addresses me. He keeps his eyes trailed on Fag. Get the king out of here. I'm right behind you. No, I'm not leaving you. No one is leaving anyone anywhere. Fag sighs. I cannot see fully in his eyes, yet I can still see the resistance in them. I have orders to keep you here. Strict orders. The queen wants to see her daughter after she's done with your friends. As for her ways, appearance, I will told you to be dead or alive. If you think I'm letting Rose stay, your argument doesn't matter. I'm sorry about this, princess. I'm suddenly shoved to one side. I lean heavy on the floor. My head thunks against the wall behind me. Rose. Olsen turns to me, but before he can move, he is bowed back past Fag and the king. He crushes the wall on the opposite side for the chamber. Watson. The sound of surprise is so there, Mithal. What did you do? I glance once more at Watson, but he is not moving. I struggle to my feet. You're not going anywhere. Before I can track any movements, Fag is already at my back. He pulls my arms back behind me so fast I have no way of resisting him. I can do nothing but watch as friend Watson on Fag. Watson, stop fighting, princess. I can feel his warm breath brush against my finger. I do not want to hurt you. You already have. I turned my attention away from Fag and glanced back at Mythal, who is still slowly walking towards Watson, expression tight with anger. You were always the favorite, always the pretty little servant, and then you betrayed her for what? Our queen would have given you the world, yet you still took her trust and threw it into the mud. But let me entertain you. You're not needed anymore, Watson. I can't let this happen. Avoo. Ryan grabs tight on me. I can hear the resonance in his voice when he speaks. It won't work this time, Princess. My heart's plugging into my stomach. After you and the fairies left, what do you think the queen did to him? What are you talking about? She wasn't pleased with your little knight at that point. Well, it didn't take much. What did she do to Frisk? A little punch, just like that. Frisk just disappeared, gone. Gone? I read the word song, letting it sink in my mind and my heart. It's like he was never here. All you have now is me. My nails give out. I sink to the floor. I can no longer feel Fag's grasp on me. I can no longer feel the dirt beneath my knees. I've lost everything. I've lost them all, one by one. Why did I think I could help? Why did I think I could do this? This is all my fault. I cracked my neck upwards at staring Mythal and Watson. My queen has me now. Watson and I'll be training. I am better and stronger, and I will deliver your head to my queen. I am paralyzed in Fag's arms, unable to move or speak, as Mythal moves closer enough to deliver a magic blow to Watson. The room is suddenly filled with dust. The fairies from the center. I blink back tears as strings in my eyes. When it is clear, Watson is once more standing. He and Melissa are glaring at each other. Watson. But the sight of Watson's alive and dead is enough to shock my brain back into activity. I must save the king. And once Mother is at his feet, Frisk might come back. With an entry, I begin once again struggling against Fag. Hey! I run myself to his side and have enough room to bite down on his hand. He yips and drops his cane. Impudent girl. I looked up to see Mythal already turning towards me with her own hand. Light draws down his arm and collecting his fingertips. You need to learn obedience. No, Mythal, don't. Rose, I can't stand lying in peace. I always do. I must move. But even as I lift my feet to the ground, I can see the light is going to chase me. It will come to me, for no matter how far I run. Rose, at the very least, I should move in front of me, acting as a shield. I see Fag back moon before the spell pieces through his body and carries him to the ground. Fag. His body collapses to the ground. His mask falls off in his face. Why? Why did you save me? Oh, no. We got that in. Oh, well, no. Wait, we did bad. Defense to the end. Fag manages a weak laugh, then shakes his head. Even though I was not the one who was there for you, it's still him that you want. I love you just as much, yet you would never choose me, would you? No. You wouldn't, because this big bad wolf doesn't have a happy after being with you. Fading away like this hurts less than having to come with terms with that. I hear the click on Mythal's shoes on top. His voice is filled with amusement. Even Watson seems to be shocked to the move. I knew there was a reason for your obedience. I suppose I should have expected this. Dogs always love their mistress. Fag reaches up to touch my cheek. He smiles as the shadows creep up on his body. Moments later, it's Fag laying on the ground, smiling his genuine smile. Then he closes his eyes and does not open them. Not moving, not breathing, gone. Time stops and my mind wanders. My heart is slowly beginning to break into shatters. This is all my fault. I love that for a second I thought we actually got the good ending. Bad end. We're no good at this. Will I ever get the good ending in one try? Come on. Alright. Okay, we'll just pick a way. Skip forward. I have no questions. Skip. I'm gonna throw this right at you. We'll break our curse on our own. Oh, no, I do not need help. Hey, Frisk. Will you please come? Well, we know the spare thing is the right thing, so spare them. Press change topic was the right one, right? No. Load. Yes. Press issue. The issue. I noticed the way he speaks to you, and in the palace, I never seen the two of you together. I don't think you would notice. Why? You are my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I'm aware of how others treat you. I also know that it's like to be done for your own family. If you do not wish to speak such matters, you do not need to. Thank you, princess. Blah, 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 blah. They can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing this up. I should have known it would be difficult. How could you have known? You are my chains. It is my job to know. Exactly how much does he know about me? Cool. That came earlier. Oh, I hate mice. Cheers. That was the right choice before, so I was just making sure. I don't know the right choice for this one. I'm going to try... Oh, was stopping the right one? Or was it not? I don't remember. No, it wasn't. Load. Yes, I'd like to... Keep walking. I do not have time for this. I could ignore Walson and continue walking. Also reach out and take a hold of my arm, forcing me to stop. What are you doing? I'm leaving. Leaving. Do you know how worried everyone's been? How worried I was? As you can see, I am fine. I will even better than I am away from the mythos, so I'm leaving. 3 days. What? I haven't seen you in 3 days, and you're going to brush me off? I spent all of my free time looking for after we got separated that day. Did you know how bad I felt when I lost you? If something happened to you, I would have never forgiven myself. Darren sent you her message. Yes, but even then, all we knew was she was with you. That didn't mean you were safe. I yanked my arm out of his grasp. I would have been perfectly safe even if Dory wasn't with me. In fact, I would still have my old life in her if she's never cursed me. Princess, you found her. Yes, he has. She says she's leaving. What? But why? She says she's fine without us and can't understand why we've been worried. I think DeLorean has said something. Yeah, she did. Now, what's the right thing for this one? Stay silent, I think it was. Yes, it was. I'm pretty sure it was tell him. Tell him? Yeah, it was. We were right. I think it was stand my ground. Yep, it was. Now, if I can remember right, I think we are supposed to believe him. No. Go away. No, not save. Load. I keep forgetting about that part. Doubt him. But it cannot be true, right? I don't believe you. The people at Martians are not. Would good people curse you even knowing how much you would suffer? Or if they truly care about you, would they curse you? Durham might be the one who cursed me, but everyone else in the Martian doesn't seem to think anything of it. I don't know what to think. Yeah. Can't believe I trust you. I thought everything was different here. I thought you were different, but I was wrong. I turned to leave. Well, I'm pretty sure it's defend, Frisk. Defend Frisk. I think we got it wrong. Load. Oh, wrong one. Load. Say nothing? Why does he have that opinion of Frisk? If anything, Vag is damn. Frisk is twice the man he is. I continued walking forward, even slower, but I remained rooted to place. First he turned around and looked at me. Any day now. I expect it does. I know that Frisk some shrugs with the commands as well. Unlike you, however, Frisk does not take his fun out on other people. He does not laugh at other people by scaring them. And he certainly does not protest people by stalking them from the shadows. I made him mad. Well, I know this one helped them. I remember that. I don't even need the save for that one. Let me help you. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to let you help me. Let you help me. No? No. Load. Yes. Doubt him? I doubt you can. My chest begins to ache and my heart feels heavy. You never believe me. This is searching for his eyes that was not there before. He looked at me, friend German. Try me. I saw him rub my head over my eyes. You are cursed. His silence around I knew this would happen. I knew he still wouldn't believe me. Princess, we've talked about this before, but what exactly are you seeing that makes you so firmly believe that I am wrong? Well, he is willing to listen to me. You are curious, cursed with a personality. A cursed one, I know him for months now. Vag, well, you, Friss, were going to kill Rod and Ems last night. He reached out his hand atop of my window. He is then into his uncertain. You don't believe me. I believe you, Princess. I can see in your eyes, Friss, you doubt me. I do not doubt, Princess. I'm just confused. How could I have not known how obsessive I'm personality, or about a curse influencing on me? Oh. Well, that's interesting. I knew you weren't going to believe me. How could I have been so stupid to think that? Princess. He begins to moving towards me, but I stopped in his tracks with a single glare. Don't. I'm in my room. Yes? Interesting. Mother's dead. Okay, that is the right one. Okay. I don't want to help Mother. I don't know. Press him? So that one's right. Remove his curse. How do I break his curse? How do I break his curse? Yeah, that one's the right one. Hi, Mother. Hello again, Mother. Protest. I knew that was right. Mother, you're so weird. I don't wanna. You're going to die again, all because of me. Why did you come for me? Yes, that was right. Forward. Then you reason with her? Mother, please. Is this how I am to be repaid? I take a step back as her voice echoes through the tunnels. Her voice is raining concern, the sound tells much like her magic. I'll give my own to you, all my love. Have that mean nothing to you, dearest one? What? You would choose these people, those traitors, over your own mother? My heart aches. It would be so easy to just say and obey, but everything has gone wrong. I brought Mother back. This is not what I want. This isn't right. Mother love isn't love it should be. Mother is not who I thought she was. Yeah. Alright. No. Load. Yes. stand my ground. Skip. It was my fault. Yeah, that was right. Help them. I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah, that was right. Well, we know the throne room. Alright, that. Now be a good girl and listen to mother. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to run. Or I think I was refusing. Yeah, refuse. Da. One of these days, I'll get this whole right. Okay. I took a lot of courage, everyone that I need, to enter the palace alone. And this person outside who are fighting mother needs the great strength. So this time I'm alone instead of with Watson. Drats, I hate those pop-ups. I love them, but I hate them. Like, I hate them more when I'm recording. Only because I reply to things on a website to RP with people. Oh, to roleplay, and it's helpful to have those up so I can reply to them faster. But they're so annoying too. Like, they don't just pop up my RPs. They pop up any section I have entered before, which means the section of the rules for the RP that I'm doing with the person, which you have to read. I read the rules and then you agree or with the rules if you want to RP with it. If you don't agree with RP rules, you just ignore it. Luckily, the pop-up doesn't happen if you just ignore it, but if you reply to it and say agree, the rules section will keep popping up as a notification when someone new agrees to the rules. So it's really annoying. And to whoever made the RP, to roleplay with. Bringing any of them, one of them, with me would have been great damage than the strength. I must quickly find the king. Mother always made sure to leave the king in the throne room, whether she's left, so it's for that she would leave him there now. It's too quiet here. I open the door and stop and open the door. The king is sitting on his throne room with a fair expression fixed on his face. He does not so much as flinch as I step inside. I make my way to the throne room. Your Majesty. He does not speak. His eyes remain fixed in a simple place, as if he's looking through me. Is he gone forever? Andrea needs you. The king, I would know, never leaves his kingdom to ruins. I'm standing close enough to him that I can reach out and touch him if I wanted to. What do I have to do to save you? Oh, so now you being nice to him. Go away. I'm running around the palace myself, between the king and Fag. All those years, and you had to reach out for him, but you never did. So I guess the king had to be missing his soul for you to care about him. What are you doing here, Fag? Someone had to keep an eye on the old man. Queen thought someone might try to keep the old man while she was busy. I had a feeling it would be you who returned. You can't bear the thought of losing someone else, can you? What are you are you going to do then? I'm not leaving without the king. I get silent. He makes his way towards me. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to stop him, but I will not move. I can't let him take the king, and I will not from his streets. It is the moment just as he is about to reach me that he is suddenly dropped to his knees and put his hands to his pain. I just need a little more time. What is happening to him? He managed to talk through his gritted teeth. You shouldn't have come here alone, especially not with the big bad wolf here. It's my job to destroy you, you know. He flinched a wicked grin, but the sudden shock shortly lived by a soft smile. But this big bad wolf can't do that. You can't destroy a person you fall in love with. Are you in love with me? I looked at me amused. How? Blame Frisk. This was never meant to happen, but I can't help feeling the way to get going. The queen wasn't pleased with your knight, so she tried to erase him forever. But he ain't gone. He was pretty sure that if you could be strong, so could he. Annoying thing. But I read that. He looked up at me with such sadness. I actually felt guilty staring with me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think Frisk could ever desert you. Deserve me? But he moved worthy of you than I will ever be. I am nothing more than a moving mouth drawn to flame. I can only even be burned up by you. Maybe Frisk will have better luck. Al begins to gather around Fag's feet and starts slowly throwing up his body. Does that mean Fag is coming back? I know that this is the only thing you would ever want from me. I just want to tell you how I feel, just that God knows that Frisk is incapable. But he is capable of one thing. He is a good hunter. He defends me fair and square to save Little Red. And now I have no choice but to step aside. So Frisk has overpowered Fag. Try to miss me, princess. Think about me every now and then. That would be enough. Fag, what are you? Goodbye, my princess. He smiles at me, his crooked grin face into a gentle smile. The shallow cloaks full of him, making him little less than a shaman. Aww, why can't I have Fag? I did look it up, and there's no way to just get Fag. That's unfortunate. I keep myself firm in one front of my father. The darkness and despair, and there stands in the midnight a familiar face. Frisk, I'm back. I look at him with blurry eyes. I'm sorry for taking so long, princess. I run to him before I realize my feet are moving. I am overwhelmed with so many emotions, none of which I can put a name in this moment. I know only that I am happy, so happy Frisk is back. Hi, Frisk! I threw my arms around his neck and kissed him. Hello! Frisk pulls his arms around my waist and pulls me closer. Yeah, he looks more shocked than anything. Oh my goodness, what's going on? This is him. This is the Frisk's heartbeat. His sense is warmth. He came back to me. The warming thoughts my fog head. I stepped back away from him so slightly, suddenly aware of my heart and my cheeks. Wait, did I just kiss Frisk? I could not bring myself to move away from his grasp, but all of a sudden I could not bring myself to look at him either. Why did I just Frisk gently laugh, bringing me back to my senses? Though it's hard to press the feeling inside of me, I can at least be certain I love the smile he gives me right now. This feels like a dream. Yeah. Sure it does. It does. And not just because of what happened, but because Frisk is here, really here. Frisk leans forward to slow brush a strand of hair away from my face. My heart's pounding in my chest at the sudden touch once again. My mind is reborn with confidence. If the princess says it isn't a dream, then it must be a real, because I trust her with all my heart. I thought I lost you for good. I do not flinch away when Frisk pulls me close so that I can rest against his chest. But how did this happen? Did you overwhelm Fag? Fag erased himself. How is this possible? He always had the ability, but he never had any reason to couldn't use it before. Then why now? Because he cares for you, Rose. My love for you is so strong, it must have attracted him too. You love me? I said the same thing, and he blamed Frisk, so it is true. I smiled and I felt his warmth spread against me, like sunlight. Always, Rose. Well, this isn't quite the situation. Frisk moves to stand in front of me. My queen is not going to be pleased. If my curse was so weak that even Sir Fred could break it, I do not think even I am safe from her wealth. But I do believe her disappointment in me will be second to the disappointment she will feel for you. After all, you chose a lowly knight. How dare you, princess? I short at first tone. You have a current task, don't you? The king. But Mythal, trust me. Prince releases his sword and pulls his sword, showing easy to raise stand. I will protect you. You think you can protect Pern over me? Now, when you have no cane, no power at all. Don't make me laugh. His son, clean and clean, taking his arm by surprise, first managed to cut off his sword through his shoulder. Mythal hiss as he clenched his blooding shoulder. The hatred in his eye in his eyes. As Frisk rushed Mythal, I rushed towards the king. You think that swordman can best one of the king's offering? I'd be moved worthy if I were you, Sir Mythal. I approached the king, who has yet moved from his spot. What do I do? How can I possibly move him? I need him to wake up. But how? Your Majesty, I have been selfish. I've always so concerned with my feelings and my pain. I reached out to my hand to set it on top of his. Now I realize that you were trying to help me. It may have been loving, but you're generally try. I have been so unfair to you, just like Mother was. I do not know if words are enough to make up for what I have done, but I am sorry. I'm sorry for being cruel to you. Please, I need you. I shoved my hand into father's eyes, but there is no motive, no reason. I took my head and moaned to bite my lip, trying to think of another way to save him. But my thoughts suddenly when a flash of light brightened my vision. It's only moments, but when I look up, I can see the life in my father's eyes. Rose? Your Majesty. I reached out to hug him and wrap my arms around him. I feel like I've been asleep for a long time. And then I heard your voice. It sounded like if you needed me. What has happened? His eyes moan behind me and raises his eyebrow. He attempts to stand, but his knees shake and buckle. I duck under one of his arms to help him onto the throne room, then shift as he glanced at the battlefield behind me. Sir Mythal and Sir Frisk? What is going on here? The king has broke the enchantment. Impossible. I told you to not around her. Your Majesty, we need to get you out of here. What is happening here? Mother Cinderella in the center of the room, standing right before Mythal and Frisk, who which as sword points against in front of the door. But Mother is not alone. Mother has Peripheral in a tight grip, but the moment I call her name, she released her, and Peripheral trembles to the floor, comes staying her dress. Peripheral, you're bleeding. Peripheral does not move to acknowledge me. Faith would not let go, so I had to bring her with me. Not that it matters. What did you do to her? Where are the others? They were treated like cowards for things. I would have killed them had Fate not shown herself. I let out a sigh of relief. They are all okay and alive. You still care so much about those traitors. I cannot understand ruin to them. Mother turned to her attention away from me and to the two men who are at the stand still. Mythal, you disappoint me. At a flick of her hand, Frisk is pulled away from Mythal and across the room towards me. I moved to save Frisk as he stood beside me. I'm sorry, my queen. I have given you too many tests to prove yourself worthy. You have failed me too many times, Myth. You are of no use to me anymore. But my queen, I have done everything you wanted me to. Please give me one more chance. I promise I'll... Silence. Mother's voice is cold and sharp as ice. Leave before I erase you from my sights. Please, my queen. You should have left. Mother cast a spell at Mythal. That was too familiar. It's the same spell she used to kill DeLorean. Mythal does not even have a chance to defend himself as Mother's spell shocks his body. Such a pest. I don't even know why I keep the useless fool all these years. I turn slowly to look at Mythal. He is no longer standing, but laying unmoved on the floor. A bite raised in my throat. I cannot believe Mother just did that to him. How could you take that man's life so easily, Han? You can be so heartless. It's the first time I have ever heard my father speak Mother that way. Heartless? I am heartless? Humans shattered my heart many years ago, and you haunted my kind. So did this to me. Out of the corner of my eyes, I noticed the moments. Peripheral moved to stand before us, blocking us from Mother. Even though her clothes are soaked in blood, she is clearly wanderer. Peripheral has never looked so ready before. You. Peripheral hands moved before reaching over her chest. Wide light scattered in her hands. In a blink of eyes, a young gold crystal appears above her hand. Is that the luminous? But the light of the luna is empty and uncertain, and I look closer. I can see that there's a crack. What are you doing? The only thing that can stop you. The heart burned as I realized what Peripheral was going to do. Peripheral, no! If Peripheral hears me, she gives no interaction. If you do that, you'll die, Frau. You'll die and remove all magic from end forever. Nothing else will stop you, will it? Your hatred for humans, the cover of the term. It runs too deep, I see that now. Magic was never meant to be used with harm. So, as long as the wishes can be come, magic will always pose a threat. I cannot allow this to happen. I want to change things, that DeLorean, but what gives you the right to decide what to do with the magic? I am the Lord Baron. I rev to main balance. But I see now that there can be no balance when the charms exist. Light begins to gather, the fists around Peripheral's feet, and then around her body. It slowly begins to make its way towards Mother. In no time at all, the light forms around their bodies. A white crystal suddenly appears in front of Mother. The term. I won't let you do this, Fate. It's too late for that. The golden light of the engine. I can hear the crystals shatter from the inside out. No. Urn breaks soon after, and then soon fades with the bright light. Mother and Peripheral magic begin to do the same. Then Mother struggles. Both of them. The crystal slowly into a mist. No. I lunge forward, but Frisk's arms are suddenly around my wrist, holding me still. Mother staring as she attempts to escape her refuge, but the light around her thickened body, she cannot escape form. You would die for the humans that have hunted my kind because of their fairy tales. Now I'm dying for you, and so that for once I might save you from yourself. Mother croaks out a laugh. You are full of fate. Perhaps I am, but at least I will die with hope in my heart. Mother turned to look at me. In the blind light, Perfuka never waves as she looks at her eyes on me as well. Mother's face is frowning low, but her voice is clear. I truly did love you, Rose. Everything I have done, everything I did out of love. Rose smiled gently at me, and slightly goodbye. There is a brief flash of light, and a few moments I am blinded. When my vision returns, I see Frisk first. He's standing where Perfuka and Mother had been only moments ago. On the floor where they stood moments ago, there is now only dust. Had to break all the curses at once, I guess. With the loss of their magic vanish from Avenue, all the fairy tales broke on later, and witches and fairies lost their powers. As soon as it disappeared, I turned a center around the knowledge around rather than magic. I had decided back then that I would do anything to help Anne and its people, and it needs to start first by Anne myself. I started to follow my father on his tips around the kingdom. I even started to come on all her tips outside the palace. Frisk has remained by my side for the past months. He comes with me every day. I visit the graves. Certainly, so as not to disturb the flowers. Jill had left earlier. I leaned down to place lilies by each garden stove. Jack, Galorian, Perfuka, and the last is always the hardest. With a deep breath, I walk up to 4 gravestones. I stare at it a long time before I finally set the lily down. Mother. I'm sorry, I don't give you 3 flowers. I'm not giving you to that witch. Frisk and I stand there in silence as we grieve for their lives lost that day. I look up into the sky and smile as I stare warm rays of sunlight. I shift my gaze to Frisk, who smiles at me. He has never left my sight since that day. Frisk has told me that he loves me, but I have yet to tell him my own feelings. Frisk? Yes? I didn't have a chance to ask this before, but how can you possibly love me? I have been so harmed, not just to you, but everyone around me. Frisk's face softened. He gently tilts my chin upwards so that I have a look at him as he spoke. For a long time, I knew you. You had to deal with things no one should have gone through. You were focused to live in the Queen's shadow because of others refusing to pass your relationship to her. You've been alone for so long, I could see how much you were hurting. But in all the pain, you remained strong. You've always been strong. From the beginning, all I wanted to be was someone you could rely on, someone you could trust, someone who could always be there for you. I must have trusted him from the beginning, too. Frisk was the only one I allowed to get close to. I do not look away from him, but instead I stare back in his eyes with concern. I know I may not have shown it, but I did trust him. You. I've always been there to tell you your heart on your sleeves. I did not. Frisk laughs, and the sudden current of his smile reminds me a little bit of someone else. It's been years since you became my son. Once I learned your tale, you become an open book. His son rises me by putting his forehead to mine. The feeling of him some close and comfort. I love the way you're so careful with whatever you can. I love how your eyes light up when you eat a good pasta. I love when you rely on me. I bite down on my lip and blink back tears. No one has ever had that kind of faith in me. Before I knew it, you made a spot for yourself in my heart. And I began to want to hope that one day I could be a dear to you as you are to me. I stare up first, the tears pools in my eyes. He wipes the tears before I could roll down my cheeks. I've never felt so cheerful before. I do not step away when he leans forward and kissing me on my forehead. Aww. I hold my hand around Frisk, coming to his side. Much better. Of fingers and smile. When things begin to unravel, he never fails to calm me. I grab his hand more tightly. Rose, I love you. You know that, right? I know for a while, but it's nice to hear it all the same. Then I'll say it for as long as you want me to. For the rest of our lives, then? A princess and her knight, huh? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Even if there was such a rule, it's out in one I became queen. Oh, be about as I become queen. He starts to laugh. As always, his laugh is full of much joy, and his lips in my heart. I want to hear it for you the rest of my life, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to love you. And we see to get the bad and good ending in one episode again. All because I am stubborn. Back to memory lanes of things that have happened. His gentle smile. His protecting me. He hugs me. Vag appearing and scaring me. Him holding me when I'm down. Vag kissing me, which awesome. I love it. I still want a chance to have Vag now, though. No offense, Frisk, but I want Vag now. I want your other half. But that's not an option. Vag's threatening to kill himself. No, Vag, don't. I love you. I'm sorry, Frisk. I love Vag more than I love you. I really do. I like the idea of Vag a bit more than I do like Frisk. So, I think it's more of he's mysterious, and I kind of like the dark side of the idea of Vag being his dark side, and I like the mysterious of it and everything. And I know that's bad, but come on. I'm probably one of the few people that actually enjoy having Vag. You're welcome. We've seen this Thank You for Playing Cinderella a few times now. About 3 times now. But yeah, I would love to have Vag, actually. So, this one's, well, that one's going to be Peter Pan's, I guess. And that one is Rumple. So, we only have 2 people left, and then we'll have all of them done. And I've seen, so you always get the bad ending first. I wonder if that will ever change. If we'll ever actually see to get the good ending in one try. Probably not. Peace, guys. Love you all.